Hello and welcome to this video about our Bluecony IKUKO bench. So this is by a company called Bluecony IKUKO. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It could be Bluecony or IKUKO, but this is a meditation bench specifically designed to sit on or kneel against while you're meditating. And if you're watching this video, chances are you're probably new to meditation and you've heard about a meditation bench and you're wondering if it's even worth it, or you're a experienced meditator and you're looking to upgrade a bench, or maybe you collect nice little benches like these, or you're trying to decide whether you want to if you even need a meditation bench. So I want to share a little story about how I actually decided to come across this. So real quick, personally, I can't sit like this for a very long time. I just do not have that level of flexibility. So I can't do any of the meditation poses, full lotus, half lotus, whatever. So I discovered that you can use literal pads. You can actually use pads that like these like chair pads. I don't know if you ever seen them, like the big round like circular pads that you can stick under your butt, or you can buy a bench. And there's a lot of different benches out there. But I came across this bench, and after having experience, so I went to this 10-day meditation retreat, and it was pretty intense. It was 10 days at this distant location. They took care of 2 meals a day for you, all vegetarian. It was in the middle of like the desert, and you couldn't talk to anybody. You couldn't make eye contact with anybody, and it was meditation from like, I think they woke us up at like 4:30 in the morning until basically 10 p.m. at night is when we usually went to bed. And maybe it was like 9 p.m. or something. But anyway, that said, I went to this retreat, and what I found were some interesting new ways to sit as you meditate. And one of the ways was, as I mentioned, that big cushion, or the other one was a meditation bench. Now, they didn't have meditation benches for everyone. So basically, most people had to either bring their own meditation bench because they'd done it before and they knew what they were coming to, or they had to use the cushions. Now, the cushions were very uncomfortable, and I couldn't sit with my feet crossed or anything. So after I had left there, I decided to look into meditation benches because I was able to try it for one of the days. There wasn't enough for everybody, but if you were able to get there first, you could get a couple. And I was like, oh, wow, when I get home, if I meditate, I need to get a meditation bench. Now, I'm not like an everyday meditator. I'm not a serial meditator. But when I do, I find this bench incredibly helpful on the knees. So let me just talk about this bench a little bit. This is again, the name of the company is Bluecony, which is Bluecony. And this is called the IKUKO, a very specific one. And here's what's different about this bench compared to other benches. First off, let's just talk about this. You can actually take off it's designed so you can take it apart. You pull off the legs of the bench pretty easily. Let me see. I mean, these are handmade, so you got to understand that there might be a little bit of challenge, but here you go. So that was pretty simple, I would say. And they're marked underneath circle and X, so you know where they go. So circle match with circle, and you just pop it right back in. Pretty easy. And here's why this is even important, is if you are the type of person that might want to meditate in different locations. And I don't have it with me. I think I lost it, but this used to have a carrying bag where you could just stick it in the carrying bag, take these pieces off, put them like over to the side here, and stick them in a carrying bag, and you can just bring it. But as you could tell, really easy to take on and off. Let's make sure. So you mark the X with the X, pretty standard stuff. Mark the X with the X, and there you go. You got a nice little bench to sit on. And this is pretty, I mean, I'm not a carpenter or anything, so I don't really know exactly too much about how high quality this wood is, but it feels very sturdy for wood. I've tried other benches and they feel like the wood is like almost plastic or very hollow, but this feels like a very dense wood. So I think it actually lists wherever you buy this bench, like what type of wood it's made out of. So if you know wood, then decide for yourself. But it feels very sturdy to me. I don't like having things that feel like I'm just not comfortable on, you know? So this is nice and sturdy. But here's the beautiful thing about this. As you can see right here, it's curved. And what is the shape of your bottom? Your bottom is usually curved. And I think this was designed just for that. Can you imagine somebody would think of that? But it's funny because all these other a lot of other meditation benches, I'm not gonna say all these, but a lot of other meditation benches I had the opportunity to look at, they're pretty much flat. And that just is not comfortable. Now, if you're like a serious meditator, you can do the poses and things like that, then, you know, then that's good for you. But if you need a little bit more comfort to ease yourself and get yourself to meditate, then this bench is probably right for you, because as I mentioned, I can't cross my knees like this for too long, and if I do, they really start to ache. And with that said, this is also curved. So some meditation benches are actually flat, like up and down. So of course this is curved for your bottom, but some meditation benches, if I hold this straight, this is what it actually looks like. So it's sloped is the word I'm looking for. So it's sloped here. And that's absolutely fantastic, because the slope really helps maintain the natural flow of the way your legs are angled rather than just going straight. And one other feature that I absolutely love about the Bluecony IKUKO bench, IKUKO, Bluecony, IKUKO, whatever, is that these, which I couldn't find on other benches as far as design goes, is that these legs actually are angled inward. You can see if I hold this straight that these are angled. So this also follows the natural curvature of your legs. So, you know, when you're sitting, when you're kneeling down, your legs don't go straight and your legs come straight back. What your knees are going to do is your knees are going to come down, and you want your legs to comfortably come towards your butt. So let me just sit on this and share with you about this. So we're going to put this right behind me, and pretty easy to get in and out of. Of course, it's a bench, it's a meditation bench, and we're just going to prop on. And unfortunately, you can't see the bench anymore because it's like perfect. I'm on a table right now. I thought this would be a fun place to do this review. But as you can see, let me just rotate out of a way that you can actually see things. So as you can see, there's a slope here perfectly for the bootay, and with this curve for the bootay, you just fall right into it like almost perfectly. And as you can see, this follows a natural angle, so your knees pretty much fall down like right here, right on these two sides here, and your legs are pretty much going to fall, your knees will fall there, and then your legs just kind of go back. So some of the other designs that I've seen, they have like this straightness, like this is going to be straight rather than curved inward. You can see there's a curve here, or not a curve, but a slope, and the straight is just not good for your knees. It doesn't follow the natural body. Like, this was designed for the human body to rest and sit comfortably for extended periods of time. And with that, it looks nice, it's elegant, has a very nice design, and I'll go ahead and sit back in it. It'll disappear for a second, but yeah, sit back in it. As you can see, I get to it almost feels like I'm like leaning against something on my bottom. It almost feels like I'm literally like leaning just against something. Now, don't get me wrong. So this is a middle-sized bench. Now, don't get me wrong. Sitting for long periods of time, no matter what, like sitting like this, you know, my knees do get tired, or my ankles. But I will say I've tried other ways of meditating, and this is a very comfortable way. And also, you know, ankle flexibility, knee flexibility, you will develop it over time. But, you know, what happens is if it's flat, right, like I'm sloped right now, so it sits naturally and my body can just be up naturally. Whereas if this wasn't sloped, it would kind of like I'd kind of be sitting, you know, it'd be like I'd be in a very weird position. It just would not sit right. And, you know, me explaining it doesn't really help, but if you've experienced it before, you can get it. And maybe even me explaining it right now, you probably get it. but still, it's that idea of the design here just being a very good natural fit for the body. So natural fit, right? Totally just sit and you rest, and it's nice and sloped. And with that, as it's sloped, right here's angled, so your knees naturally fall here, and then your legs come back toward under your butt, and it just feels totally natural. And from there, this is a great bench. It's nice and sturdy. It's comfortable. And you think that might be unusual, saying that like a hard wood bench. So the bench is hard and it's made of wood, but however it's designed very comfortably so that your body rests nicely with your bottom on it. Now I will say there's a few different sizes. This is the standard size. So this is the standard size bench, and if you have a shorter bench, you're gonna have, it all depends on your size, right? Like if you're much taller than I am, then you're probably gonna want the high size, because that's gonna help you reduce the strain on your knees, as well as how your legs go back. But this is a standard size. I think the standard size can fit, anybody from like 5'2" to like 6. Don't quote me on these ranges. I'm just guessing, like 5'2" to 5'10". It's a wide range. And then anybody under might want the under, give or take 2 inches, would want the lower one, and then the higher one would be for obviously anybody over that. So give or take, right? I'm just guesstimating here. I think they even have size charts. But that said, right now, you can see I'm struggling to like kind of rest on my knees. It's very uncomfortable. I don't like to do that. But when I stick this right back here, I don't even have to put it under me before. I can just stick it right under, and here, I'm ready to go. My knees are ready to go. And as you're meditating, you just sit and chill. And of course, it depends on where you are. So right now I have a pad. This is a padding. This is a, I forget what kind of Zabuton pad. So it's literally, you can take this anywhere out in the grass. I believe this company is called Mind and Matter or something like that. Mind and Matter Zabuton pad. And basically you take this, put it down anywhere, and stick your bench down anywhere, and you're ready to go. And so whether you're a regular meditator who's been doing it for years, or a meditator who is just looking for some new ways to possibly do it for longer, or be more comfortable, or just find some ways to create a more elegant look in your home, and you want like a nice little meditation section, then this is a great choice. I've enjoyed it very much. It feels very sturdy. I believe each of these is handmade, so that's pretty powerful as well. And to think that they were able to find such like a perfect curve and just come up with these like different angles and slopes, and it just looks very elegant for meditating. And this little bench is very helpful. And again, like, if I meditate for a long time, I still get, ankle strain. My ankles will start to feel strained because you have to sit them on your butt. But if you move it around a little, you can kind of like figure out a good position for it. It's pretty much unavoidable to get like some sort of discomfort, unless you're a professional meditator who does it, I don't know, like 10 hours a day, or like 2 hours a day or whatever. But I can't reach I can't do some of those positions that the yogis do. So with that, great little bench, looks fantastic, wonderful design, and you could pretty much take this anywhere. Yeah, so like, how easily I pulled off I'm using just a little bit of strength here. I'm just using my fingertips to pull off, as you can see, just the fingertips, and pops right off. And does it stay on pretty sturdy? Just a little bit of strength there. Stays on pretty sturdy, doesn't shake off, right? So some really nice design there, and really nice design. I think this other one was a little bit harder, but again, these are pretty much handmade. So let's see if I can pop this one off. So still using my fingertips pretty much, really easy to come off. And I did notice one thing, that because this is wood, I did notice that it was a little harder to take off during the winter, because I think objects expand in the cold, and or maybe it's the opposite. They expand in the summer and less unexpand in the winter. I don't remember, but I do feel like at some time during certain seasons, this was a little hot, a little bit more difficult to take off. But at the end of the day, if you're not moving around that much, if you're not constantly moving around as you meditate and taking your wood bench everywhere, then you're probably gonna take it off. Like, actually, I've had no reason to literally take these off except to show this video. I think I wanted to transport them with me like one time, and I didn't end up doing it. But yeah, pretty compact, by the way. I mean, just so you could see how compact it gets. Since we're doing this demo, this review here. Since we're doing this review, let me just. You have to wiggle it a little bit. Let's see, pretty compact. Let's see, how would I ergonomically store this? I feel like there was a method that they actually stored this. Maybe it was like that or something. Hold on, let's see. How to make it. I feel like there's probably something to do like this. Like, it's probably designed to be stored like this or something, just these two little pieces kind of sitting on the side right up against it. Something like that, right? Or let's kind of put these maybe on one side or wherever, however it fits in the bag, or maybe just right on top of the seat right there. I don't know, but that said, this is a great bench. So let me put it back together one more time, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So that is the IKUKO meditation bench by Bluecony and Bluecony. And with that, thank you all for checking out this video. Hope you have some great meditations and have a great day.